Hello and welcome to the Henderson Travel bus walk round check, carried out by every driver every morning and at the beginning of every shift. This is the Henderson Travel 10-point daily vehicle check plan. You will check each of these 10 categories before the bus leaves the garage every day. The information of any problems in any one of those 10 points should then be entered into your ticket machine, print off a fault report sheet and hand it to the supervisor and to the mechanic. The first category is fuel, oil, water and air for leaks. We will now demonstrate what is required here. The driver will now walk round and demonstrate what is required to check for any fuel, oil and water leaks. This is very straightforward because what is required is just to look at the bus as you walk round and do you see any oil leaks, any water leaks, can you hear any air leaks? And that's the checks of oil and water leaks and any air leaks. The next category is tyres and wheel nuts.
Check the tyre tread is good depth, at least 1 millimetre, 3/4 of the way in of the tyre. To check your wheel nuts, some vehicles are fitted with yellow markers. These should line up. Also check the wheels should not have rusty marks running down the side of the wheel. This could be an indication that the wheel nuts may be loose.
The next category is accidental and other damage. This is a straightforward walk round the vehicle, checking the panels, checking glass for any cracks. If there are any damage, it should automatically go right away to point out to the supervisor and point out where that damage has actually existed. Any little marks, any scratches, any dents should be informed at that point. Next category is passenger entrance, emergency exit and warning devices. This is mainly to check that there is no loose fabric, any loose fluid material, that the buzzers work alright to indicate that the emergency door has been opened, that by a passenger, that the driver is aware that the emergency door has been opened. So at the moment we're looking at the condition of the step to see if there are any tears and any damage that somebody can maybe trip up. And then we're going to walk through the bus. I'm going to check the emergency door, which in an Optia Solo is located up the back. We're now at the emergency exit for an Optia Solo, which is in the rear off side of the vehicle, and we're going to pull the lever to check that the emergency buzzer works okay. The emergency buzzer can be heard from driver's cab, so it's okay. Door slammed, the door fits properly, there is no obstructions to the door. So that is seen to be okay. After checking the door, you should check to make sure that the buzzers are working. Check each one as you walk down the bus. These all work okay. The next category is exterior interior mirrors. So first of all, check the mirror, there's no cracks, and then to test to make sure that it's held properly by the bracket. In this case everything's okay. The next one to check is to check the driver's interior mirror. There's no cracks and it's securely held, so that's okay too. This is the check of the seating for security and for any damaged seats, and also to check on this bus for the seatbelt condition. As you walk up every vehicle, every bus, check every seat for security and also check for any damage to the fabric. In this bus, it's fully fitted with seatbelts, and check the seatbelt condition. Make sure it recoils okay, and do that all the way up the bus to every seat. In this case, 31 seat. The next category is to check the horn, the wiper and the washer. Everything's okay. The next category is for indicators, exterior and interior lights.
You activate the hazard lights here. Then put on your side lights, dip beam, both switches for interior lights and cab light.
Now check on the exterior of the bus that the indicators are working correctly. The lights are okay. Front indicators. In this case, the hazard. Exterior front indicator. And then the lights and indicators at the rear of the bus. The next category is brake test. At this point, ask a colleague to check the lights at the back of the bus, and you should then depress the brake pedal to ensure that brake lights are working properly. As another part of the brake test, briefly test the brakes as you leave the yard before you meet the main road outside the depot. The next category, and the last category, is a steering test.
Whilst in the vehicle with the engine running, turn your steering wheel to the right just a little, then back to the left a little, and then into the centre again. Whilst doing so, the steering wheel should be free, not excessively light or excessively heavy. It should not be jerky, it should be nice and smooth. If everything's okay, it should just be of a medium weight to the left and to the right and smooth.
We have now completed the test. At this point you should have if you have any problem with any of those, immediately speak to the supervisor, who will bring it to attention to the maintenance staff, and any repair will be put right. If everything is okay, please use your card and put it into the card holder on each bus in the cab area. You're now ready for the bus to leave the depot and go into service.